Hi, welcome to our mathematics class, Iconic Maths. This is coordinate geometry part 14, right? In this we will discuss some different kinds of problems. Number 1 on part of it. 2 comma minus 3, 6 comma 5, minus 2 comma 1 are 3 vertices. 3 consecutive vertices of a rhombus. Then its area is what? They give an option A 24, 36, 18 and 48. Let us observe how we will be doing this particular problem. See, they are the consecutive vertices of a rhombus, right? Like this. You see, let us take this as A, B, this as C and D like this. A they given it as 2 comma minus 3, right? And B they given it as 6 comma 5. And C they given it as minus 2 comma 1 like this, and D we don't know, right? Okay, fine, we need to find just its area, right? Let us take, if we want this as some x comma y, right? There are many methods of doing this particular problem. Okay, we adopt one of the method. You know that rhombus, in a rhombus the diagonal bisect each other, right? The diagonal bisect each other and perpendicular to each other. They are the right bisectors of each other, like. And also you see, this is what the bisection point, like midpoint of both the diagonals, and they are perpendicular to each other also, you know, they are perpendicular to each other also, right? Or else you can find area of this triangle and double it for any, because this diagonal will divide this into two equal areas. That's why if you find this area and double it, then also you will get the area of the rhombus, right? Or else what I am doing is I am just finding this one, right? And we will find this any one of the right angle triangle area, and we will these all 4 right triangles areas will be same. Then you multiply with 4, then we will be getting the area of this, right? How you are going to get, right, the area of this is nothing but, first let us find the midpoint of this. Midpoint of here, you see, because they are right bisectors of each other, midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of, right, midpoint of BD, like this. Midpoint of AC is nothing but here, you know, 2 plus of minus 2 by 2 comma minus 3 plus 1 by 2 like this. This equal to midpoint of BD, that is 6 plus x by 2 comma 5 plus y by 2 like this, right? Fine. From this once we get this thing like 2 minus 2 by 2, that is 0, right? This is nothing but 0 comma minus 3 plus 1 by 2, that is minus 1, like this is minus 1, that equal to 6 plus x by 2 comma 5 plus y by 2 like this. Once we equate them, right, here now 6 plus 6 by 2, let us equate their corresponding x coordinate, that equal to 0. That means 6 plus x is equal to 0, x equal to minus 6, and also 5 plus y by 2 is equal to minus 1. That means 5 plus y equal to minus 2. From that y equal to minus 7. Therefore you have got x comma y, the fourth vertex as minus 6 comma minus 7 you have got like this, right? Fine, you got that vertex as something like this, right? Minus 6 comma minus 7 you have got, but it is not necessary. We need to find area of triangle AOB, which is a right angle triangle, and we multiply with 4, then we will get area of the rhombus. Now let us find AO. This is a right angle triangle BY, okay, right angle triangle AOB. In this let us find AO and BO. Then you know the area is nothing but, since it is a right angle triangle, half into AO into BO, because one of them if you take as a base, the other one will become the height. That's why we found here already we know the O is minus 0 comma minus 1. AO is this distance formula, you got root 8, that is 2 root 2. And BO, okay, by the distance formula we got root 72, that is 6 root 2. Now area of triangle AOB is nothing but half into AO into BO, right? That is nothing but half into AO. AO is nothing but what? 2 root 2 into 6 root 2. You have like this, right? This cancels, and 6 into 2, 12. You have this as 12 square units. Like now, area of rhombus. This is now area of rhombus. ABCD. Area of the rhombus ABCD equal to 4 into 12. That is 48 square units. You are going to get 48 square units, right? How means because it is these all areas are equal. This is x means x means x means these all areas are equal. You know that. Now multiplied by 4 will give you the total area of the rhombus. That's why area of rhombus ABCD equal to 4 into 12. That equal to 48 square units you have got for this problem. Therefore, option D is correct for this particular problem. Now, second problem, if delta 1 and comma delta 2 are the areas of incircle and circumcircle of a triangle with sides 3, 4, 5, right? Then you need to find delta 1 by delta 2, right? If delta 1 comma delta 2 are the areas of incircle and circumcircle of a triangle with sides 3, 4, 5, right? You need to find then delta 1 by delta 2, right? How we are going to do this is, you see, they given the sides of the triangle as 3, 4, 5 like this, 3, 4, 5 like this. This is 3, this is 4, this is 5. This is a Pythagorean triplet, 3, 4, 5. That means it is forming a right angle triangle. Once it is forming a right angle triangle, right, you can easily observe, my dear students, you see here 3, 4, 5 like this. If you take, okay, fine, 3, 4, 5, this is a right angle triangle. And delta 1 is the area of the incircle and delta 2 is the area of the circumcircle, right? That means this is a right angle triangle. For the circumcircle, midpoint of the hypotenuse is nothing but the center. This is what the circumcenter, right? With this you can draw nicely, right? Midpoint of the hypotenuse. You can draw a circle like this, right? Midpoint, that area you can find, because this they given it as 5 by 2 becomes the radius, right? Once you know the radius, we can find area. And regarding the incircle, when incircle will be touching, because it is in center, you will be having here point of intersection of the angular bisectors, and in radius you will be having like this. You can draw. This is what the radius you are having like this. This is the radius, right? Now we need to find area of this circle, means you should know the in radius r, small r, you should know like this. For this we have one nice beautiful formula for in radius, right? Delta is equal to r into s, right? Delta is equal to r into s, right? Area of the, okay, first of all, right, we have a nice formula, delta equal to r into s. That means area of this triangle is equal to in radius into s. S is, okay, what you are having is semi-perimeter like this, right? Now let us find here what is delta. Delta is what? Area of triangle ABC like this. If you take this as ABC like this, area of triangle ABC like this. This is nothing but half into base into height, 3 into 4, because 1 is 3, 1 is 4 like this. 2 ones, 2 twos. That is 6 you have area. And S is nothing but semi-perimeter. That is A plus B plus C by 2. That means you have here 3 plus 4 plus 5 by 2 like this. Now 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12, 12 by 2, 6, right? Now from this small r is equal to delta by s, right? Delta is 6 by s, 6 by 6, 1. Therefore you have got in radius as 1 and out radius, this is what circumradius, that is 5 by 2, because you know that, right, the circumcenter is nothing but midpoint of the hypotenuse. That's why this distance is nothing but 5 by 2. Now you know both radius, you can find the ratio of their areas nicely. You can find that delta 1 by delta 2 is now pi into, okay, delta 1 is the area of the incircle, pi into r square, that is 1 square, divided by pi into 5 by 2 whole square like this. This pi will cancel. This is now 1 by, wonderful, like we have got this as something like 4 by 25 like this. This is something we have got it as 4 by 25, right? That is the answer we have got beautifully. You please observe, my dear students, how we did this particular problem. Now, one more interesting problem. A comma B and B 0 comma 0 are two fixed points, right? If M1 is the midpoint of AB, right? M1 is the midpoint of AB. M2 is the midpoint of AM1 and M3 is the midpoint of AM2 and so on it continues. Then they are asking to find M5 and they given the options like this. Let us try to do this problem how it will be, right? They given that AB like this, AB, A as A comma B and B is nothing but 0 comma 0 like this, right? Once they given like this, now M1 is the midpoint of this, right? Let us take M1. M1 is nothing but midpoint means this is A plus 0 by 2, A by 2 comma B by 2, right? Wonderful. M1 we got like this. Now M2 is midpoint of AM1 like this. Let us take here, right? A is A comma B, A and M1. M1 now only we got that A by 2 comma B by 2 like this. M1 is the midpoint of A and B. Now M2 is midpoint of AM1 like this. That means you are going to get A plus A by 2, A plus A by 2 by 2 comma B plus B by 2 by 2 like this, right? Understood? Now that means A plus A by 2 means 2A plus A, that is nothing but 3A by 4 comma 3B by 4 like this. 3A by 4 comma 3B by 4, right? Fine. Now we got, now M3 is midpoint of AM2 like this. You take AM2, A is A comma B like this and you have here, right, M2. M2 you have got it as, right, 3A by 4 comma 3B by 4 like this and M3 is midpoint of AM2, right? M3 is midpoint of AM2, therefore M3 is nothing but A plus 3A by 4 comma B plus 3B by 4 like this, right? Now if you do that one, you are going to get 7 by 4 by 2, this is by 2 like this. This if you do 7A by 8 comma 7B by 8 like this you have got, right? Now M3 you got. We need in this way, right? We need in this way M5 like that. Even M4 you can find like this, M4, okay? Even M4 you are going to get that. We will do that here, right? Now A is A comma B here like this and right, M3 we got now only, that is 7A by 8 comma 7B by 8. Just M4 you can proceed further like this and you can get a generalized formula also for this, of course. Now M4 is nothing but the midpoint of this, that is nothing but 7 plus 7A by 8 like this by 2 and B plus 7B by 8 by 2 like this. Now that becomes 15A by 16 comma 15B by 16. Now what? This is what M4 like this, right? This is what M4. Now you need a M5. Now we have, I think you can guess M5. In the same way if you proceed, it is following, right? A pattern something like M4, you have got it as 2 power 4 minus 1 into A by 2 power 4, right? Comma, this is also 2 power 4 minus 1 into B by 2 power 4 like this. This is what M4 in general. Okay, now M5 in general, Mn if you have something like this, this is 2 power n minus 1 into A by 2 power n, comma, right, 2 power n minus 1 into B by 2 power n like this. Mn is this formula. By it you can easily guess that M5 is nothing but 2 power 5 minus 1. That is nothing but 31a. 31a by 32, comma 31b by 32, like this. M5 is this. Wonderful. Therefore, C, option C is the correct answer. By this, we have got a generalized one, and from the generalized one, you can find M5, M6, M10, anything you can find. This way, this problem looks very beautiful. See now, fourth problem, little bit lengthy but important. We will discuss in a very detailed way this. A1, A2, A3, so on up to AN are n points whose coordinates are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, so on xn, y1, yn, right? A1, A2 is bisected at Z1, right? A1, A2 is bisected at Z1. And G1, A3 is divided in the ratio 1:2 at G2. And G2, A4 is divided in the ratio 1:3 at G3, and so on like this, until all the points are exhausted. Find the coordinates of the final point. Right, my dear students, this is while doing, we will get more clarity regarding this problem. See, A1, A2, we are having first A1, A2 is bisected like this. Now here A1 is here, A2 is here like this. A1 is nothing but x1 comma y1 like this, and A2 is nothing but x2 comma y2 like this, right? And it is bisected at Z1. Z1 coordinates are nothing but now x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 like this, right? Z1 we have got, right, my dear students? Once we have got Z1 here, right, now what we need is G1, we got it. Now G1, A3, G1 is, let us write here, G1 is nothing but x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 like this. And A3 is, you know, x3 comma y3, right, this. And this is divided in the ratio 1:2. This is divided in the ratio 1:2 at G2. G2 is now 1:2 like this. Now the coordinates of G2, how you are going to find, is nothing but mx2. M is here 1 into x2. x2 is what? x3 plus n. n is what? 2 into mx2 plus nx1. x1 is nothing but here x1 plus x2 by 2 whole by m plus n. M plus n is 1 plus 2 like this, right? my2, that means 1 into y3, my2 plus n y1, that is nothing but 2 into y1 plus y2 by 2 whole by 1 plus 2, right? Of course, this is now this 2 will cancel here, and 2 will cancel here. Now you have got wonderfully this point as G2. You have got it as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 like this, right? Wonderful. We have got G2 as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, right? And y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, right? Nice. Now let us proceed further, right? G2 we have got like this, right? Once we have got like this, now G2 is this, right? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, right? G2 is this point, and you have G2 A4 is divided in the ratio. Now A4 is what? x4 comma y4 like this is divided, okay, in the ratio 1:3 at G3. Now G3 is 1:3 like this. Wonderful. Now if you do that one G3, this is also now mx2, m into x2, x2 is x4 plus nx1, n is 3 into x1, x1 is now x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 whole by 1 plus 3, that is 4 like this, right? X coordinate is this. Now y coordinate, m1 into y2 means here y4 plus 3 into y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 whole by 1 plus 3, that is 4 like this. This 3 also will cancel. and this 3 also will cancel. Now you have got wonderfully the point is nothing but like x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 by 4. Wonderful. And y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 by 4 like this. Wonderful. Now we have got g3 as like this, right? Fine. G2, G4 is divided in the ratio 1:3 at G3 and so on until all the points are exhausted, right? Then they are asking the final point. The final point in this way you are going to get, if you proceed, my dear student, can guess that is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus so on up to xn by n, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 plus so on up to yn by n, right? You can guess because it is following that pattern. Therefore, the final point by this way you can guess it is nothing but, okay, gn minus 1. Gn minus 1 is right. You are going to get that as the final point. This is what the final point, right? That is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on up to xn by n, right? Comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus so on up to yn by n, like this you can write. Even this you can write it as something like sigma x1 by n. Sigma, if you write any one term, that means that it is sum of all the terms, comma this is sigma y1 by n, like this you can write. Like this you will get the final point, dear students. This way, even though it is lengthy, the application part and the doing of procedure is become very simple. We can understand very easily. The fifth problem of this video: if the diagonals of the trapezium are equal, then the ratio of the lengths of the non-parallel sides is what? You see, my dear students, you are having a trapezium beautifully. They are telling that the diagonals are equal, like the diagonals are equal. This means these diagonals, right? This is equal to this. If you take this as something like A, B, C, D, right? AC equal to BD, they are given like this. AC equal to BD. If the diagonals are equal, this is an isosceles trapezium, right? This is an isosceles trapezium, right? Once this is an isosceles trapezium, right, the non-parallel sides are also equal, like this. The non-parallel sides will be equal. That means the ratio of the non-parallel sides is nothing but AD by BC, that equal to 1 by 1, that is 1:1 you are going to get, right? The ratio of the non-parallel sides you are going to get it as, right? Fine. 1:1. It's a very simple and basic level problem, such that you have to understand it. That's why we given to you this particular problem. Once this is an isosceles trapezium, means non-parallel sides are equal. That means AD equal to BC. You are going to get AD equal to BC. That means the ratio is nothing but 1:1. Right. Next we have sixth one. It's interesting and a very, very important problem. The abscissae of 2 points, that means x coordinates of 2 points A and B, are the roots of this equation, and their ordinates. Ordinates means what? The y coordinates are the roots of this equation. Then the distance AB in terms of ABPQ we want, right? Let us get the procedure and answer for this. Right, my dear students, how we are going to proceed this problem? Let us take the thing. They given that abscissae of 2 points. Let us take the abscissae of 2 points as abscissae means x coordinates. These are like x1 comma x2 are the abscissae, like abscissae, and they are the roots of x square plus 2ax minus b square equal to 0, right? They are the roots of this. That means sum of the roots x1 plus x2 is equal to, minus b by a, something like minus x coefficient, that is minus 2a by 1, like this, right? Fine. And this is what x1 into x2, right, is equal to, you have product of the roots, that is minus b square, like this, right? Fine. In the same way, my dear students, you know that y1 comma y2, right? y1 comma y2 are the ordinates. These are what? The ordinates of x square plus 2px minus q square equal to 0, like this, right? They are the ordinates. That means sum of their roots y1 plus y2 is equal to, right? You are going to get that as, right, minus b by a. That means minus 2p by 1, like this, right? Ordinates is this, and y1 into y2 is equal to minus q square by 1, product of the roots, that is minus q square by 1. Now you have got the information like this, x1 plus x2, x1, x2, y1 plus y2, y1, y2, right? Now these all right, my dear students, we are going to use then the distance AB. Let us find here like this. Then the distance AB we will be finding. Right? Now these are the things. Now only we got x1 plus x2, x1, x2, y1 plus y2, y1, y2. Now we need the distance AB in terms of AB, PQ. A is nothing but x1, y1. B is x2, y2. Now AB, right? In this AB is nothing but root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? Now you see this particular one, we know about x1 plus x2. We let us convert everything in terms of x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2. We know that, you know one formula a minus b whole square. You know one formula a minus b whole square is nothing but you can write it as a plus b whole square minus 4ab. You can write like this. A plus b whole square minus 4ab. Okay, let us use this fact, this formula, and we write this as x1 plus x2 whole square minus 4x1 x2, right? Plus this also y1 plus y2 whole square. We can write like this, y1 plus y2 whole square minus 4y1 y2, like this, right? Minus 4y1 y2, right? Once we use this fact, now it is very simple, my dear students. You see here, this is nothing but, let us write here, square root of this is x1 plus x2 is minus 2a whole square, that is nothing but 4a square, wonderful, minus x1 x2 is minus b square, minus 4 times of b square, that is minus into minus plus, that is 4b square. You are getting like this, wonderful. Next, plus y1 plus y2 whole square minus 2p. This is what here, minus 2p. Minus 2p whole square is nothing but 4p square, right? Right, and minus 4y1 y2. Minus 4 into y1 y2 is minus q square. That is minus into minus plus, that is 4q square, like this. Okay. Now, once we have got this, let us take for this the total, right? You can take 4 common, right? 4 if you take common, this become a square plus b square plus p square plus q square, like this. And 4 if you take out from this is 2 times of root over a square plus b square plus p square plus q square is what our final answer. This is what our final answer. That is what 2 times of root over a square plus b square plus p square plus q square is what the answer that we have got, right? My dear students, this is the way how you are going to do the problem, right? Fine. Next, now we have one more problem, the 7th problem. They given the vertices of a triangle are like this, right? They given the vertices of a triangle, okay? ABC, triangle ABC, ABC. A is 1 comma 1, B is 4 comma 5, C is 6 comma 13, like this. Okay, they are given like this. Then you need to find cos A. You know, in trigonometry, from properties of triangles, you have cosine formula. These are what? Some cosine formulas, right? Cosine formula. Cosine formula. This is what? A square equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos A, like this. In the same way you have for other sides also, like this is something like b square equal to a square plus c square minus 2ac cos b, like this, and c square equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cos c, like this, right? From this you can get you take the first formula, you subject cos a. From this, if you subject cos a is nothing but what you are going to get, b square plus c square minus a square. If you subject it, divided by 2bc. This is the formula you are going to get if you subject cos a, right? Now let us use this factor. And what is small a, small b, small c? Small a is the length of the side BC, which is opposite to the vertex A, like this. And AC, okay, small b is the length of the side AC, which is opposite to the vertex B. And the small c is the length of AB, which is opposite to vertex C, right? Now you got A, B, C. A is nothing but what? The length of BC, right? And B is nothing but the length of side AC. And C is nothing but the length of the side AB, right? Right. Now let us find this the lengths of the sides of the triangle. Small a equal to BC. Now B vertex you know, C vertex you know. Use distance formula. We use distance formula and found the length of, right? Yeah, the length of BC, that is root 68. Now small b is okay, length of AC. You know A and C, by using distance formula you find the distance between A and C, that is root 169, that is 13. And small c is length of AB, that is nothing but right, you have got it as 9 plus 16 root 25, that is 5. Now small a is root 68, small b is 13, small c is 5. Now cos a equal to b square plus c square minus a square by 2bc. That means 169 plus 25 minus 68 by 2 into 13 into 5. That means this is nothing but 126 by 2 into 65. Now 2 1 so 263. 63 by 65 you have got wonderfully you have got this problem. Okay, let us wind up our session. Thank you dear students. Thank you for watching.